continue to have a discussion around the teaching profession. So many issues to discuss today on World Teachers' Day. But of course, teachers aren't just found in schools. Each of us can play a part in teaching by promoting reading, of course, and learning in our communities. And one of the organizations that's doing that, dedicating its mission to read, a non-profit committed to improving youth literacy, in particular in under-resourced schools across South Africa. Joining us now is Sibhekaphi Sibanda, who is a project manager for READ. She's also a qualified teacher, and she joins us in the studio this morning. Sibhekaphi, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and happy World Teachers' Day, because the work that you are doing is incredible. Talk to us about READ and how it basically, maximizes on the issue of literacy, in particular in under-resourced areas or schools.
Thank you, Griselda, for having me.
Yes.
As you know, we are sitting with a literacy crisis.
Yeah.
I think recently everyone was talking about learners struggling with reading, with
Yes.
the PEARLS report.
Yes.
And those are the challenges that we have in under-resourced schools. And earlier your guest, Jessica, actually summarized the challenges that teachers have. So we basically work with under-resourced schools, mainly rural schools and township schools, because that is where we have a lot of challenges. That is where teachers face challenges. So we're basically there to assist teachers to bridge the literacy gap and to promote reading. Yes.
And you speak about, in particular, under-resourced or rural schools. Where in particular is your focus? Where do you see that there are still needs for that kind of support, mostly?
Okay. When we started, when the organization started, mainly the focus was in rural schools because everyone believed that's where the challenges were. And
Yes.
But now you have worse problems in township schools, especially around informal settlements, because you have that's where you have overcrowding, you have inadequate resources. You step into a classroom and the situations are actually horrendous. So we work in rural schools mainly because they have their unique challenges, and also in township schools. Yeah.
And how do we encourage communities to play a role? Because I think that will be very important. You can walk into these classrooms in these township schools that are experiencing these problems, but it also needs a dedication from a community that takes the issue of literacy very seriously, wanting children to read.
Absolutely. I think also Jessica highlighted the issue of the parental component. We need parents to come to the party. But as we work with the communities, this is a key component for READ, as we work with the communities, because it's not that parents don't want to participate.
Right.
But they are not sure how.
Okay.
Because as a parent, a school is an intimidating environment. So what we do, we engage with the parents. We have strategic workshops with the parents where we call them into the schools, we engage with them, we train them, because those are actually the best teachers. I always say that maths teachers are parents.
Yes.
Because when you send your child to bring you a glass of water, sometimes the glass is half full, or so those are the concepts that they learn at school.
Yeah.
So if we bring them in and we actually give them strategies on how to continue learning at home, whether it's maths or literacy, then the whole community benefits.
And what has the impact been in these communities that you have worked in, the changes that you have seen?
We've seen that, the communities view schools differently.
Okay.
We've added digital tools because we really want our teachers to be aligned to the 21st century skills. So where in communities where you have maybe donated laptops, your digital resources like projectors to the schools, parents take care of the resources if they are aware of what is going on at the school and the value. So we've seen that there's an uptake of, the security issue is not an issue around those communities because the communities take charge. They get
Even
involved.
if there's a protest about any lack of service delivery, in some of these areas, you would have parents standing up and saying, not the school. Leave our children's school.
Definitely.
That's what we want to see.
Definitely, because they see value in the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, what are some of the main challenges that we see now, 2024, that you have to deal with in some of these areas?
Okay, so I'll speak from the perception of the teacher in terms of the challenges that they face. There's we still have multi-grade learning, and not only multi-grade learning, we also have multi-phase teaching, where I'm a grade 4 teacher, but I'm also sitting with a grade 3 class that I need to teach. I'm a grade 1 teacher, but I'm sitting with a grade R teacher that I need to teach. So those are some of the challenges that teachers face in terms of curriculum coverage, because it doesn't matter if I'm teaching 2 classes, but I still have to meet the curriculum requirements. Issues of safety, there are areas where teachers are not safe, teachers are targeted, schools are targeted, and also the issue of lack of resources. It's a reality in schools. So those are some of the challenges. I think Jessica also mentioned the issue of admin. Teachers are sitting with a lot of admin. They've got a lot of paperwork to do. So as a teacher, when you step into the school, you are sitting with all those, and issues of discipline as well, because it impacts on your safety as a teacher and everyone who works in the school. And we've seen some
shocking instances over the past year or two, and how do we deal with those issues of discipline? Discipline starts in the home.
Yes, discipline starts in the home, but as Jessica earlier said, that when children come to you, you are literally raising other people's children. Yeah. So they bring all these issues into the classroom, and teachers need to be equipped. They need to be supported on how to deal with those issues. And also the community must come to the party in terms of discipline. And parents as well, they need to discipline their children. And it starts with basic routines. That's one of the gaps that we've identified in our African parents, because those are the areas where we work. What do you do? What routine does a child have? So that when they get to the school, they are used to a routine, they've seen the routine before, and the teachers can easily implement their own routines.
Sibhekaphi Sibanda, thank you very much indeed. We really do appreciate your time, a qualified teacher as well as a project manager for READ, a not-profit committed to improving youth literacy, in particular in under-resourced schools across South Africa. Thank you very much indeed for your time.